warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Imagine you're enjoying your sunny afternoon walk on a sidewalk of a big city, and suddenly, a scooter driving at high speed nearly hits you from the back. Imagine you're walking on a bridge, then you suddenly smell a bad scent, which turns out to be the polluted river under the bridge. Imagine you're in a rush one morning because you have a meeting starting in 30 minutes, yet on your way, you were stuck in the middle of traffic. Now, I hope that these are just the things that we could have just imagined. Yet, the reality is, these are the things we experience almost every day in our daily life as the citizens of this beloved country, Indonesia. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andi Amanda Ismarani Divanti, and I'm from 21 State Senior High School, Makassar. And I'm standing here today to deliver my thoughts on how can we tackle the challenges to pursue sustainable and eco-friendly cities. Human population growth in Indonesia is ascending rapidly. As a matter of fact, Indonesia is one of the most populated countries in this world. Just like any other countries, our country contains rural, suburban, and urban areas. And as the world evolves every single day, turns out inequality exists between these areas, which are inequality to better access of economy, education, technology, public transportations, and even health access. These conditions then lead to urbanization. However, massive and improper urbanization can lead to challenge the urban sustainability. Therefore, the expectations of these people who move from rural or suburban areas to the urban areas for having a better life quality in a bigger part of the country are even barely fulfilled. Now, what are the main challenges of urban sustainability? First is overpopulation. This condition leads to high demand for food, housing, and transportation. If a city experiences overpopulation, one of the consequences is intensive traffic jams, which occurs in most big cities of Indonesia, such as in Jakarta, Bandung, Surabaya, and Makassar, just to mention a few. Second is water disposal and sanitation. Improper water disposal and sanitations can lead to water, air, and soil pollution and contaminations. This will create unsanitary conditions and can cause illness, harm, even deaths. In February 2022, UNICEF claimed that 70% out of 20,000 domestic water resources in Indonesia were contaminated with feces. With feces! Can you imagine that? Third is bad waste management. As one city has more humans living in it, they're more likely to produce waste. And as one city has limited wastelands, these humans will tend to dump their waste anywhere they feel like it. Now trust me, you will at least see one polluted river, drains, or even beaches in the city you live in. There would be floating plastic bottles, food waste, and even clothing waste. Now, in reality, inequality and climate change are the twin challenges that are affecting us today. Around the country, climate change is causing destructive events. It's leading to heavy rain effects and record-breaking heat waves. Therefore, some parts of Indonesia will likely to experience heavy rain effects such as intensive floods, which have occurred this year in Indonesia, in some parts of it, such as in Kalimantan, Java, and Sulawesi, and also dried up growing crops. Therefore, how are we, as growing nations, able to tackle these challenges and pursue urban sustainability? First is greater regional planning efforts. This can be done by properly using lands to maintain eco-friendly infrastructures and develop infrastructures such as accessible sidewalks or develop zebra cross that it has its own traffic lights. We can also provide public transportations, not only busways, but also public bicycles so that people can reach their destinations individually. We see how this case is applied in most parts of European countries, and we know how it greatly affected their healthy life habits. Second, is setting boundaries for urban growth. When we set the boundaries for urban growth, there should be development of infrastructures and public services for the rural and suburban areas, such as the public transportations, education, technologies, and so much more. Therefore, they will likely to stay in their own place. Yet, we must acknowledge that there are some parts in the rural and suburban areas that should be left untouched from the development. Now, what I mean by development in here is that there should be regulations that prevent, or at least we should strengthen the regulations that prevents the conversion of agricultural lands such as farmlands or forests to be anything non-agricultural related, such as industrial, commercial, or even entertainment areas. Another thing can be done is the creation of open green spaces in the urban areas, such as green parks in the urban areas of Indonesia. This will improve air quality, also preserve natural habitats for animals, and also could be recreational opportunities for people. Well, I haven't mentioned anything that us, as the youth or citizens, can do to help, have I? Well, I like the idea of the creation of volunteer groups to help out in the society, such as cleaning up beaches, rivers, or even drains, or parks, green parks. Well, we know one group in Indonesia located in Bandung, they're called Pandawara Group, and we see how they greatly like to clean up the rivers or polluted rivers in Bandung. Another thing that we can do is that we can invite local talents such as bands or artists or singers or dancers to the open green spaces in the urban areas, so that it will invite more people to be interested to come to the open green spaces. In the end, nothing can be done if it doesn't start from awareness. We should be aware that this isn't just about saving the environment, because no matter how destructive the Mother Earth will be, it will fix itself and survive. What matters is what's going to happen to us who live in there, and how inappropriate our life condition will be if we don't start acting from now. I am really hoping that all of us can act now together. As Elizabeth Yimper once said, it is more powerful to see people roll in together to make a change rather than having one or two people speak for everyone. That's all from me. Thank you so much for the attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye!